Hi Rahul. So this is regarding the status of the task that we have started, regarding how much completed, what's left, what all points we had to discuss similarly. So so here is the thing. So I will just show you a glimpse of how the website will look like. So this is running on localhost in this dashboard of the page. So if somebody logs into the page, this is the page that he will be presented with. And here on the top, we can see live statistics from the resources of the cloud server that this page will be hosted on. So this I am added so that the user will get to know how much loaded the server is. So right now it is showing the load of my local machine. So that's why it is just saying 0 point something or that much lower it is because it's a powerful system. But when it comes to the cloud service, depends on how much powerful our system is. This can vary, and that will indicate the user whether it's a good time to scrap or not. Now, on the over the right side, we have the card that will get our task done. So we have a main button run now. Whoever can simply just click on the button and the process will start on the server. So that's how it is created. And on the bottom, you have the task status where he can see the current status of the task that is being executed on the cloud server, on the virtual machine, Windows virtual machine that we have hosted this page. Now, for now, I have no task running, so it will just show no task running. Now, coming to the bottom, we can see the past five scrap results. So anytime the past five scrap result, we can click and download it. So so if you are planning to run it every Friday, then then you will get the past 4 Fridays, 5 Fridays Excel file always available with you. Now this is how the dashboard looks, and the page is fully responsive to adapt to any screen size. So if you see, it will adjust based on any screen sizes that you have. Now, another thing to point out is I have implemented a queuing system to prevent the server from being crashed because if too many resources are being used, there is a chance because this scrapping is actually a resource intensive operation. So we have a queuing system implemented in the application so that will intelligently manage all the requests coming to the server. So it will queue the request and it will process it one by one instead of loading everything into the server memory. Now that's an overall view. Now I'll just show a demo of how the system works. So whoever is logging into the our website will see this page, and what he wants to do is to scrap and get the result. So you can just simply click on Run Now, and it will start a task on the server, and it is in a queued state unless the server resources are free. So now we can see the task is now started, and this Amazon page will come. Now it is trying to fetch 50 projects books from the Amazon. If you can see a live progress of how many pages are being scrapped. And this right side page is actually running on the server. So what user will see is only this. So now we have scrapped almost 50 pages and we are finding the duplicates here. All the progress are live reported. Now regarding the 50 books that we scrapped, we are now looking for them in the zlib library. So there also we can see how much is done, what all book it is currently checking on. This is all what user is seeing. So this is what happens in the server. So it is trying to find all the books from the zlib, 50 books. I'll just pause this video for now. Alright. So it's almost collected 30 books. Now another advantage of this is fully state proof. So that means even if the user refresh the page or even if he logs out and logs in back, this progress will not get lost. This will be always updated even if we refresh it because this progress is reported using web sockets. So it's an established connection. Now we have 30 almost books. So these are the steps that we have discussed. First, it will scrap Amazon, then it will check for the duplicates from the this Excel, the titles Excel. Okay, now that it have almost completed. Also, we have a terminate option where we can simply click and it will terminate the current job anytime if you do not want to progress anymore. Now that it has completed 50 books and it is now generating the Excel file. Done. So now when it generates the Excel file over the bottom line, you can see that we have an Excel file that's generated 3 minutes ago when the uh, uh, our task starts on the server, and this again returned back to no task running, and we can now start a new task if required. Now once we have this will stay for there. So even I want, if I want to run a new task, I can simply click on there. If I want to get this one, simply click on the download Excel workbook and immediately we can download it. So here I'm going to download, say, to desktop, and it's done. And if I can click here, and it will open all the results. All right. So this is how our system works. Now a couple of few things I would like to discuss with you. So now coming to what's remaining. So for this, I have created a sample login page. I'll just show you. So this is how the login page looks. So I have not integrated the authentication part as of now. So nothing will happen when I click on the sign in, but this will be the way how the login will look like. Now that is one thing remaining. The another thing is whoever you will have an administrative right to control whoever will have access to the server. So that that is I had to do. Now coming, I will just also show the terminate process as well. So now that I have started a new task in the server. Now it is released from the queue and it is taken for execution. Now it is running and it is trying to collect 50 books from the Amazon. Now if I do not want it, I can just click on terminate and I can click on continue, and you can see that it will stop from the current point of termination, and then it will terminate the job. So it will terminate all the levels that we are going to handle. And once terminated, it will release all the server resources. And now we are good to start a new task. So this is regarding the uh, termination, and now what else I had to, yeah. So these are the two things I want to work on. Now another thing is a few open questions I have. So one thing is regarding the Z-lib. So suppose in certain scenarios I am getting, so if you see in the Z-lib, when I search for the maddest obsession, I'm getting one, two, three, four matched results. So these are the results I'm considering from the top four, because the bottom ones they are saying that they are not matching your query. Now out of these four, we have only two as the EPUBs. This one is an EPUB and this one is also an EPUB. Another one is a different format. Now that we have come with two books and their names look similar, their author looks similar, but their links are different. This one is going to one link and this one is going to another link. So how you want me to consider which one to take when I get two results like this? So that is one point I have, which I need your input to continue the development. That is one thing. Next thing, Rahul, is regarding the link that you sent me. So this is the page I'm used to scrap from the Amazon. Now, what I'm doing is I'm scrapping from the top until now we have around 400 pages. So it can scrap as long as the Amazon allows it. Now, these are the information that I have with me, so that for what you want, you have set title, author, published date, all of the things I'm getting here: title, author, published date. But if you see the Kindle rank and genre, that option, that data is actually not available here. But I have already have the code that can extract it. So it will, what actually it will do is it will open it, and from here it will find that okay, this is the number one in this week or something. But my doubt is it correct or is this the way you want? That is one thing, because from here I cannot see where they have written the Kindle rank. So that is one thing. So, or should I consider that this is one, this is two, this is three, this is four, likewise until how many pages we are going to scrap? Then I'm not sure this one is actually a Kindle rank. That is one thing. Then again, if you are going with this approach, like for each page we had to scrap this page and then again go to scrap this page. So that actually doubles the IP request. So I don't recommend it. But if you still need to extract that rank, then we have to go by this way, so that you can decide. So the disadvantage is it will double the IP request that we are sending. Now that is one other question I have. So how to handle the Kindle rank? Another thing is this genre. So where can I get this information? I from the HTML I cannot find this one. What I can see is if I open this similar this one. So are you looking about this one? If so, we have to open each book and come back to this page to get the information. That is possible to do, but you can decide whether to do or not, because that will increase the IP count. If you want it, you can tell me. I will do it. But you should be aware of this thing. Now the another thing is we have the Amazon URL. Then this I am going to remove. In the output, this is not there. Now publisher is exactly all these things we have. So that is the questions I have. Now one more last question I have is, suppose if I, for a book in Amazon, suppose if this is the book, if I didn't find anything from Zlib, if for this Atomic Habits, if I didn't find anything from Zlib, what I should do? Can I skip or skip on it, or should I skip from adding to this Excel, or what I do? Should I just put it on the Excel and just omit the Zlib URL because there is no match on this Zlib? So in this case, what should be the approach? So that's it, Rahul. So these are the things um, I would like to tell you. Thank you so much. Any if you have any suggestions or anything, I will try to implement it. You can feel free to tell this. Okay. Thank you so much.